Hello, my beautiful Taurus followers, watchers, newcomers. Hello, hello. Welcome in. Welcome back. I am Lisa, and this is North Star Energy Healing. Today, we are doing a reading, as you know, for the week of May 4th. I'm trying an experiment to see if this is what my subscribers want to have. If I'm reading currently for 8 signs, always, because there were 4 signs that really didn't watch my videos. But if you happen to be here and I don't read for your sign, just drop me a message and I will do it. Okay, so this is going to be posted on May 1st, and that is a full flower moon in Scorpio. So full flower moon, springtime here in this hemisphere where I am, and the full moon in Scorpio, that is mystery, that is sensuality, that is things that you may not see. Scorpio is a water sign, so there could be a lot of emotions. If you have Scorpio placements in your chart, you could be feeling this full moon energy very, very strongly. So in honor of that, I am using my Starry Beginnings Oracle deck by Cassie White, as well as my Celestial Tarot. This tarot deck has a much different feel than a lot of the others. The imagery on the cards is a lot different. It's a lot more positive, let's say, on some of the cards, but I like all my decks, and I choose them based on, what's going on, or if my guides tell me they want me to use a certain deck, I do it that way. All right, so please remember, this is a collective reading, not a one-to-one, so take what resonates for you and leave the rest. From Starry Beginnings, Taurus, you have number 32, which is a 5. 5s are change. All is at your fingertips. What has been created by one can be had by all. And there you have it, the collective message, right? That's why a lot of messages week to week will be similar, because we are a collective. We have sometimes the same feelings, especially, in the area. Like Americans may have the same types of feelings or things going on or experiences at the same time. And wherever you are, in whatever country or city you're in, sometimes, things are happening and we're all seeing it. I don't have cable, so I don't watch the news, but I certainly see things that I scroll by on YouTube or TikTok or Facebook or what have you. So you can't always help but know what's happening. So Taurus, all is at your fingertips. What has been created by one can be had by all. So if we're all loving and kind and caring, that energy and frequency spreads out, right? When we have a lot of people that are angry over things like elections and, presidents and politics and, what have you, then that energy grows and spreads, and that frequency grows and spreads. So we should all be very mindful about how we're feeling and thinking, because it does affect everybody around us. Okay, I'm going to face the camera down and get to the tarot portion so you can see the cards being shuffled and coming out. So let me pause this and move the camera for you. Okay, Taurus, here we are. All right, so looking at the energies coming in for you for the week of May 4th. Around that full moon on May 1st. What's going to be coming in? What are the energies going to be like? Okay, Spirit, what is the message you have for my beautiful Taurians watching, whose message this is? Now, sometimes you may watch this and maybe only 1 or 2 things resonate. Sometimes you may watch a reading and the whole thing is like, wow, this is definitely... I definitely feel this. This is going on. But, don't get discouraged if every message doesn't hit 100%, because my guides and Spirit, even your guides, my subscribers' guides, the universe, they know who's going to see the video. And sometimes it's a particular message, right? And I watch Sagittarius videos. There are readers that I really, really love. Minnow Pond, The Majestic Tarot, Magician Tarot. I watch it, and not every reading resonates with me, but I enjoy watching those. and listening to those particular people. I mean, there's more, but those three I really, really enjoy. Four of Wands, Nine of Swords. Nine of Swords did come up for two other signs this time. So there again, you know, it's people when you're having trouble sleeping, or you're perseverating on something, you're letting something get to you, let's say, you know, like me. My son sent me a link to a video. It's these, it was something to do with the latest assassination attempt and how things are out of hand because there's so many people who feel like if they're angry, they can burn down a car plant or try to assassinate, you know, the president or somebody they don't like. And it's just, and I was watching it and I was thinking, oh my gosh, this is so true. This person brought up a whole bunch of different incidents that have happened that are kind of swept under the rug. It's like, oh, this is just normal behavior now. And oh, jeepers creepers, it's this is why I haven't had cable since, I don't even know, 2014 or 20. It's been 10 years. I just don't watch that stuff. I'm not interested in getting depressed every day watching the news. So, oh my goodness. Okay. But you know, it's not funny, really. It's like having to have everything locked up in a store, right? You know, you go to buy something, it's like, well, they got to keep it behind the counter because too many people steal that. It's like, oh my goodness. Okay. So, May 4th, starting out with the Four of Wands. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? So all these people are standing on the hillside, and you see they have these big lit up banners. Wands are action and passion, right? Four of Wands is typically the happy family card. It usually shows a family, and this looks like probably maybe two adults and two kids, but your family is whatever size it is, right? The Four of Wands is also sometimes referred to as the 1111 card. Very powerful master number. 11 is one of the most powerful numbers, you know, sequences or combinations that we have, right? I got married on 11/11/11, and I chose that date specifically for the power of the numbers. So far, it's been good. So fours, stability or stagnation. In this card, the Wands card, it tends to be more about your stability. Who's around you, right? In your home. Family can be blood family or the family that we choose, right? And then we go right into this Nine of Swords. Now, notice that in this card, in this deck, on this card, it's not the same as a lot of other decks. When I look at this, I don't necessarily think of a person in distress. To me, because she's like lying on this purplish lit up blanket, her hands are a little bit raised. To me, it's almost like she's in meditation. These swords are lit up, right? They're actually kind of beautiful. So nines are accomplishments. Swords are communication, your thoughts, your words, your texts, your emails, you know, contracts and things like that. In this deck, the card always makes me feel like she is dealing with all of those thoughts and things that she's thinking about, and she's sorting through them. This is not a card that makes me think Taurus is like a, how can I put it? Like a negative card. It feels more positive in this deck. Once we get all the cards out, we'll see the whole message. Okay, Five of Cups. So Five of Cups is typically maybe crying over spilled milk or things that, you know, you don't have, or things that you want, things that you've lost, typically things like that. But look how different it is in this deck. So in the fives are change, right? You started out with a 5 on your oracle card. So in this deck, it looks like there are full cups all along the way, and this person is holding up one cup and they're looking at their path, right? Cups are water signs, their love, their flow, love, nurturing, emotions. And in this deck, it makes it seem like the change is following your path, right? tuning into your emotions. So following these cups along the way and looking at where you're going. I told you, this deck has a very different feel. Some of the cards that seem to be more negative or challenging are not so much in this deck. And then you have the Hermit. This is Virgo energy, right? The Hermit's message is all about going within and tuning into your gut, maybe having some solitude about things, and that would go along with this. Because the Nine of Swords, it looks like she's in meditation, contemplating, thinking about, sorting through her ideas or circumstances. And the Hermit is another message about that same thing. He does have a lantern lighting his pathway. His walking stick looks almost like DNA, right? Reminding you that you have the answers within. Now, I know that bugs people sometimes, but it's the truth, right? This is another 9. So, yeah, the 9 of Swords and the Hermit, 2 9s. So going within, some Virgo energy there, which can be getting things into order. Virgos like things perfectly balanced and perfectly I's dotted and T's crossed, right? Sometimes we can let that take over, and we need to balance that out. Then you have the Chariot. This is Cancer energy. This is more water energy. This is number 7. 7's a reflection. In this deck, it shows this woman on a chariot. The horses, it's kind of weird looking, right? It looks like the horses have their legs actually on the wheels. So the thing about the Chariot is it is a victory. So you're having victory over this situation, right? With the 9 of Swords, 5 of Cups, the Hermit, determining where you're going. Okay, so that's kind of what I'm feeling from my guides right now. So to determine where you're going, you need to tune into your gut, like the Hermit was saying, and then you need to drive this Chariot literally with your intuition. Okay, so the Chariot does come with a question after, right? Like, I've had this victory, so where am I going next? What am I going to do next? What are my choices? And you see that it almost looks like another 2 and 2, 11, 11 there, right? With the towers or the steeples or whatever that is behind her. But she has a choice of staying on this path or going this way, right? Choice of where to go next, what to do next. Then you have this beautiful Knight of Wands. Look at that card, right? Knights are forward moving action. This is action and passion. The Knight of Wands is the fastest moving knight in the deck, right? His wand is literally flaming, and so is his cape. And his horse is galloping forward. So moving forward, okay, Taurus, let's see. We started out with wands. We ended with wands in the tarot portion of this. So 4 of Wands, stability, happy family, 11-11, right? 9 of Swords, contemplating things, thinking about how to deal with the situation, the conversations, the emails, the texts, whatever, even your thoughts. 5 of Cups, following your path emotionally to where you need to be, right? Following those cups of emotion. The Hermit, thinking it over again, like the 9 of Swords, maybe going within, listening to your gut. The Chariot, Cancer energy, Virgo energy, going within, not getting too caught up in perfectionism. And the Chariot, Cancer energy, flow, love, nurturing, emotions, right? Having the victory over this, like you finally decided, now you know which way to go. And the Knight of Wands, charging in, charging forward, charging ahead. I love this message because we started out knowing that all is at your fingertips. What has been created by one can be had by all. The peace, right? The peace, the choice, delivering yourself from worry, right? With that 9 of Swords, this is what Spirit is giving me. So Tauruses, I feel like the week of May 4th, you are going to be dealing with some choices. You're going to be dealing with some thoughts, some emotions, but you will sort it out with meditation, with contemplation, with going within. You are stable. You have stability, but it will be time to make a choice and move forward. So that's what I have for you for the week of May 4th. Please don't forget to give the video a thumbs up. Thank you so much for watching. Peace and kindness every single day. I love you all.